live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, welcome to Weird Weekly Recap AKA W.W.R. This show is a dive into the odd, obscure, bizarre, in other words, for strange world of notable events, weather, and sports. I'm Xander.
And I'm Creative.
And you are you viewer. The Golden Moon will be here shortly. And yeah, today is, of course, Saturn's Day. We always do the show on Saturday. Why can't I remember that anytime? May 30th, 2026. Let's jump into the news, shall we? Starting us off in Audi Central. Man who practiced iron sand palm kung fu technique for 20 years has 3-inch thick palms. So you see his hands right there. And you've probably seen, videos, of monks, punching bowls of sand like this. He did this for 20 years. I don't know why the audio is so horrible. But yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
See here, 53-year-old Zhang Luoxiang has been obsessed with Kung Fu ever since he was a young boy, but it was in 1998, after meeting a master of Iron Sand Palm, that he realized that this was the technique he wanted to dedicate his life to. After more than 20 years of hard work, he became a master of the ancient art himself and the thick hands to prove it. So look at those hands. Yeah. Wow. Because monks, you've seen the videos of them punching sand and everything. That's what happens and everything. Wow. Iron Sand Palm is a famous Shaolin conditioning method that combines hard kingwinging with physical striking of various abrasive mediums to dramatically increase bone density, tendon strength, pain tolerance, and striking power. A side effect of sustained Iron Sand Palm training over several years is a visible thickening of the hands. Yeah, but this is...
Oh, is this it here or there?
Yeah, right.
Okay,
well, yeah, let me there, actually bigger it here on YouTube itself. There's sand. Well, there's water, sand. Earlier, they were punching a pillow.
Oh, okay.
So I guess that's just for level 1 and everything, just to get things started, because you're punching through the pillow. Here's they're punching the jugs of sand here.
Okay.
So he did this, and it's not punching like this.
Right.
They're punching like this.
Yeah.
That looks painful, dude. And that's all solid sand, and they're getting their fingers in there and everything. That's incredible striking right there. So,
yeah.
Anyway, moving on up. What else do we got here? Australian designer sparks controversy with real taxidermied rats sewn into underwear. What?
What? I didn't understand that.
Taxidermy. You know what taxidermy is?
Oh, okay.
That's what was a rat. They took the skin and sewed it into the underwear. So what the hell?
You're kidding me.
Rat Oddity Gizzard has been using taxidermied rats to create their unique oddities for years, but last October, the main designer behind the brand had the brilliant, although some would call it sick, and I'd be one of those people, idea to sew on one of these taxidermied rats onto a woman's lingerie. She posted the result on Instagram, and the rest, as they say, is history. Yeah. And so apparently people are eating it up and everything.
Are you kidding me?
This is crazy. See, and what makes me wonder is, are they going to upgrade the rodents? And you have rats, and you have chipmunks, chinchillas, maybe a beaver.
Oh God! I should have known that was coming.
Yeah, named Linge Rat by their creator, these unique pieces of underwear are not designed to be worn for obvious reasons, although some people have declared themselves more than eager to do so to surprise or simply horrify their partners. Yeah, dude, if my girlfriend or wife ever showed up wearing that, or not even wearing it, but just has it in their possession, immediate breakup, divorce, we're done, an old marriage, that's it, you're gone. Because this is absolutely mentally deranged.
Man.
Yeah. Super mileage. Oh, sorry, what's up?
I would just say you're gone.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Super mileage, an extremely efficient experimental car that gets 2,145 miles per gallon of fuel.
What?
See, this is not that surprising to me, because I know that the system and the powers that be has technology beyond our wildest comprehensions that they're just not giving to us, because they want to keep us in their control. Aptly named Super Mileage, the innovative vehicle weighs only 49 kilograms or 108 pounds. How is that possible? This has to be a very small car or something.
Fiber, what do you call it?
Carbon fiber, yeah.
Carbon
It says
fiber,
thanks to a lightweight carbon fiber body, and has a ridiculously tiny fuel tank of just 30 milliliters. Barely larger than a test tube, the fuel tank can only hold enough fuel for about 20 minutes before it has to be refilled. Considering super mileages was only created for racetrack testing and competitions, the high refill rate was never a big concern. Super mileage was built to take part in the annual Shell Eco Marathon, a competition in which participants tried to cover the distance with the lowest possible fuel consumption. To achieve the incredible 2,150 mile per gallon range, the Brigham Young University eliminated all the modern features of conventional cars, stripping everything to the bone and even limiting the size and weight of the driver. So there's a lot of, things taken off.
Yeah.
This isn't in practice.
Oh, of course not. Of course not.
But still, the fact that it can get that much just tells me that technologies are being withheld. I mean, we all know about the Century light bulb.
Yeah.
And actually, there is a whole thing, and which, by the way, viewers, before I continue, if you want to read more about this or the previous or any other articles, they're already down in the description below. But yeah, let me look this up here.
The weight of that car too. Don't get in an accident.
Yeah. Planned obsolescence. Let me see if I can find it.
Or you'll be the one flying over the fence.
Yeah, here we go. 1925 to 1939, light bulb cartel. The Phelps cartel was an international cartel that controlled the manufacture and sale of incandescent light bulbs in much of Europe and North America between 1929 and 1925 and 39. They still do, or somebody does. The cartel took over market territories and lowered the useful life of such bulbs, which was commonly cited as an example of planned obsolescence. So basically, in order to ensure and guarantee a profit, light bulb manufacturers, all of them conspired together, which is illegal, but how are you going to enforce it, to make light bulbs, even though we have the technology to have a light bulb last for your entire life, because there's a light bulb that was made in 1800 and still burning to this day or something crazy. Not in 1800, but you get my point. Yeah. We have the technology to make things that will last your entire lifetime, but that's not profitable. So they make things intentionally break, so you have to go and buy another one. And they're feeding off of the boomer mentality of just go out and, because there used to be TV repairs. Now everybody just goes and buys a new TV.
Yeah.
And that's after generations of getting us conditioned towards that societal acceptance and mental conditioning. Now we're kind of fucked, And
I'm going way back in time, but I used to have a black and white TV. You could take the tubes out, go down to your local store, get the tube tester. If which one was bad, get a new tube, put them back in. The TV was fixed.
Oh yeah, that's way too convenient.
Yeah.
So, moving on up, high school students create world's largest remote-controlled paper plane. A group of students from the Shenzhen Middle School, led by Zhu Zhenji, a student from class 16 of grade 1, spent almost 6 months putting together a gigantic yet perfectly functional RC paper plane, RC of course being remote control, featuring a wingspan of 6.06 meters and a fuselage length of 5.06 meters. The world's largest RC paper plane was successfully tested earlier this month, staying in the air for about 15 minutes before successfully landing on the ground. So last October, Zhu and his team won the championship and broke the national record at the China International Aircraft Design Challenge, which gave them the confidence to tackle an even bigger project, such as setting a new Guinness World Record. After research confirming that the 6-meter size was yet unattained in the field of unmanned remote-controlled paper airplanes at the time, they set a new goal for themselves to create the largest remote-controlled paper airplane to date. So
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Look at that thing.
Yeah. But how do you remote control a paper airplane? You can't, unless they're very small, efficient engines, it can't be engines, so it has to just be, something to power, the elevator.
Something's got to move it forward.
Wind.
Most, that's what you get on the currents of the paper airplane.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
But I don't know how you control it.
Well, you can control its pitch and yaw or whatever, but there's no motor is what I'm saying.
Launch it off a cliff or something?
Yeah, there's no propulsion, but there is control, is what I'm
There's
trying to say.
just a way that we don't know yet.
God. What else we got here? Oh, this one's weird. Cosplay models shock internet by selling feet juice at California Anime Festival. Of course, California. I know. It's worse than you think, actually.
How could that be? It can't be worse than I'm thinking.
Yeah, well. Anime conventions can get pretty wild, but when is the last time you attended an event where cosplay models were selling actual foot juice, as in fruit juice from plastic buckets in which they had dipped their feet? So they have their. It's not like foot sweat, but they have their feet in a container, and then like a punch bowl, and then like they. Gross! This is absolutely disgusting.
How is this even legal?
Wait a minute, you don't get a glass of this stuff or something?
No, you do.
Okay, so what's he sucking on the heel for?
Well, because he's a deviant. But like she has her feet.
A deviant of foot juice, huh?
Well, I mean, we're in the era of selling gamer girl bathwater, So like, there's horrible. Do you even remember that?
No, I don't.
Ooh. Okay, so a while ago.
Probably never heard about it. Now I have to hear about it. Is that it?
Basically, a while ago, some girl, and she says she was a gamer girl or whatever. I don't know if she is, but
okay.
but capitalizing off of how thirsty men are, online and everything. She sold her used bathwater online, and people bought it, and some people drank it.
What?
And I think some people got hospitalized. And then a whole scandal came out. It wasn't even her bathwater. I don't know. But people are buying this shit. People are spending money on things with the intention to drink them that has been in or around other people's body parts. What the fuck?
You know what Barnum and Bailey said, the circus guy?
Yeah, there's a
sucker born every minute.
Yeah, well, we should probably start throwing them right into a meat grinder right at birth, because this is, what is wrong with our society? Like, this is depravity of, like what was that Roman emperor? Like, Caligula? This is Caligula level, like, horror,
Caligula,
Yeah. What else do we got here? Male model credits weight loss and mewing exercises for shocking physical transformation. Do you know what mewing is?
Not a clue.
No, basically, like...
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you basically have your tongue on... You put your tongue against the roof of your mouth, and, like, you just... keep your jaw like this, and you artificially, like, you see how my jaw changes?
Yeah.
You just hold that for hours, and then you're physically altering yourself. Right here, you see this photo? Let me open this in a bigger tab here so you can see. That's the same guy.
Yeah.
See, like, because he went to the gym, he did exercises, as normal people do, but then he did that new mewing, and he altered the bone structure and musculature of his face. Like, think of braces.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all that stuff. It's the same thing, but your whole face, and this is an all-natural way to do it, which I still think it's not good. Be who you are. Like,
wow.
But this is wild. Nguyen Viet An, a young resident of Hanoi, recently went viral in his home country of Vietnam after posting photos of himself from just 4 years ago, where he looks unrecognizable. He always felt insecure about his looks growing up, and his peers constantly ridiculed him for being overweight. But a couple of years ago, he decided to finally make a big change. At the end of 2021, while studying online at home due to the pandemic, Viet An decided to make a big change and prove that he could become the best version of himself. With the support of his family, mainly through self-exercising at home and controlling his diet, he allegedly lost 38 kilograms in just 6 months. So that's good. But losing his weight was only half the battle. Around the time he started losing weight, he also discovered mewing, and he credits the viral technique for properly positioning the tongue on the roof of his mouth to improve facial structure and giving his face a more angular look. But now, you've altered yourself, naturally. So he's not doing Botox, he's not doing surgery. So this is a lot better than any of that. But it's still, like,
everything else he did is top notch.
Yeah.
Exercising, diet, all of that stuff's great.
But the mewing thing, that's a new
I've never
thing.
heard of that. Man,
and we don't know the long-term effects of that. Like, is that going to screw you up 30 years down the line?
Who knows?
Just... All I know is be who you are, as you're born. Like, you want to ink up, you want to get piercings, cool. Anything beyond that, I mean, like, a lot of people would argue inking and piercings is mutilation. I would say the same thing. But then beyond that, that's even beyond that. So, I don't know. It's just, I just feel bad for people who feel so self-conscious that they have to do things like that. Oh, speaking of which...
what's this?
This is exactly my point. Young woman injects uncertified silicone into her face every day with disastrous consequences.
Oh my
This is what I'm talking about. If you're so self-conscious that you put yourself, and now you look like a fucking potato. Good job, you vain. Does she not? Like, 26-year-old Elva was born a boy. Oh, this is a guy, in a small town in Poland. For years, it, whatever, struggled with their appearance and tried various ways of altering their looks. A few years ago, they started ordering dubious cosmetic products on the black market. First, they experimented with fat-dissolving medications, self-administering 2 such injections into their face per week. This allegedly left their face looking too thin, which they decided to compensate for with injectable liposuction and silicone bought online. Dude, what is...
Wow.
There are dumb people in this world.
Yeah, this is why I say just throw them into the wood chipper at birth, dude. Like, because this is terrible. This person's gonna have to live. They were born a boy, now they're a girl, and then they evolved into a potato. You know. Like, this is horrifying. I mean, actually, like, hold on a second. Make up potato. There's a meme out there. Here it is. Somebody actually, like, believe it or not, that's the same potato. You know, that's the power of makeup. Yeah, that's the same potato. Like, if you look at the shape, you'll realize that I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, but they had to carve into it.
No,
or something,
no,
right?
that's all makeup.
Wow.
No carving. That's all makeup.
Wow.
Yeah, wild. Man lives with 5-inch wooden branch in eye socket for a year and a half without knowing it.
Where are you getting this stuff? Holy cow!
Wow, man. Like,
how do you not know that?
I don't know how. Like, what was it that we uncovered? Like didn't we see like some guy who had he had that metal chopstick in his esophagus or something for like 5 years or something, and didn't feel it, or like he felt a pain but he didn't do anything. How do you live with that for 5 years? Like, in 2024, a 50-year-old Yuri, a resident of Relitsk, a small town in Russia's Kursk region, was chopping maple branches in his garden when he suddenly felt a sharp pain in his left eye. He wasn't wearing protective goggles, so he immediately realized that a piece of wood must have struck his eye, but because the pain eventually subsided, he had figured it wasn't a serious injury. Time passed, and Yuri forgot about the woodcutting incident, but he continued to experience occasional flashes of pain and discomfort in his left eye. He even sought medical help, but the treatments prescribed by various ophthalmologists did not seem to help much. In fact, none of them could even tell him what the source of his discomfort was. 3 months ago, Yuri's condition worsened, the discomfort had become almost unbearable, and he also started losing vision in his left eye. Earlier this month, a 50-year-old man arrived at the Kursk Regional Hospital with blurred vision, and doctors performed an MRI that revealed a long foreign body that extended from the man's eye socket deep into his skull. And that's it after extraction. So, you know, wow! You know, that's the X-ray right there. Wow. You know, the foreign object. That's his left eye. So somehow, and he is lucky as hell that it didn't destroy the eye on the way in. But somehow,
on the way out. Either way.
Yeah, but I mean, well, it passed between his eye and the member. Like, how it didn't leave a visible hole is beyond me. Yeah. Like, because it got in. You know. Wow, could you imagine, like, every time, like, you know, you turn to look at everything, the back of your eye is scraping against that thing? Ow, man. What else do we got here? Natural wonders, the fascinating helicopter fruits of the Hulong tree. Dipterocarpus retusus, commonly known as halong, is a large, sturdy tree that reaches heights of up to 60 meters. It is revered by indigenous communities around Southeast Asia and associated with myths, legends, and rituals in different cultures. Industrially, it is prized for its high-quality timber, which is used mainly in construction, furniture making, and boat building, but few people outside of its natural habitat know about its remarkable seed dispersal technique. And actually, let's play this video here. Look at that!
Yeah.
So, like, you know, I've seen things like this. You know, there's other plants with seeds. That is awesome, though.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah. It almost looks like the tree is doing a red dawn on your face. Remember Red Dawn?
Yeah.
I think the paratroopers at the beginning. So, what else do we got here? China becomes first country to mass produce the world's strongest carbon fiber. So Ti-200 carbon fiber is a material unlike any other, composed of tens or hundreds of thousands of individual strands, only a few microns in diameter. It has an exceptionally high tensile strength of 8 gigapascals. The tensile strength of structural steel rarely surpasses 1 gigapascal, yet Ti 200 carbon fiber only has a quarter of the density of steel, making it significantly lighter. So let me reread that. Structural steel rarely surpasses 1 gigapascal,
Yeah.
and this is 8.
Yeah, 8 times.
Holy crap! As you can imagine, there are countless applications for a material several times lighter and stronger than steel, especially in sectors such as aerospace, defense, and advanced energy. However, such a material is not only incredibly expensive, but also very tough to produce in large enough quantities to satisfy demand. One of those problems seems to have been resolved by a Chinese company. A Japanese company, Toray Industries, the undisputed global leader when it comes to high-performance carbon fiber, was the first to produce this back in 2023. So it was a Japanese invention, and now China has it. That's weird. I wonder if China stole it, like they did with
It sounded
everything.
like you said China is
China is
producing
making this. They're producing it, but Japan made it.
okay.
Yeah. Because it says, interestingly, Japanese company, yada, 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 what I just read, they were the first to produce it in 2023.
The Japanese company.
The Japanese company.
Okay.
However, the cost and complex processes that went into making the world's strongest carbon fiber meant only that limited quantities of it could be produced. So it sounds like China found the recipe and stole it, as they usually do. But this reminds me, have you ever heard of goat spiders?
No, I don't think so.
In this exact thing, like, carbon fiber and finding alternatives or, like lighter, stronger materials, spider silk is the strongest material of weight to tensile strength ratio known to man. And I saw this a while ago, but they've somehow like made it like they took that DNA from the spider and they put it into goats, so that way when they milk it, there's some DNA strands that are coming out with the milk, and then they filter it out of there. So they're getting spider silk out of goat milk to make this thing. It's crazy. Like,
What?
yeah. I'll show it to you in 1 second. Spider goats. Yeah, let me play this for you, really.
These?
Yep.
Goats.
These are our goats.
So they're just regular goats.
They're absolutely regular goats.
Except
As
they're
you
not.
see.
They're totally incredible goats.
So over here we have the kids that were born this year, and then the older goats are all on that side.
And these are your spider goats.
These are the spider goats.
And they're eating my top. Hey, come on. Okay.
Not say it's bizarre. I think that it's certainly different, but they're absolutely normal. I don't think there's anything different about them. Hey, Freckles, come here.
Freckles.
Over here. Right. So those, and you can see the milk.
Pudding and
I'm
sweetie.
trying to
Pudding
get to
and
the
sweetie.
point where they explain
Freckles,
what
pudding
the
and
heck.
sweetie.
Oh, here we go.
I'm so well behaved as well.
That's right. That's right. They know. Oh, get that out of the way. There you go. There you go.
So the pump's just going like that.
That's all there is to it.
Oh, you can see it.
On there. Yep.
You can.
Looks like normal milk.
Looks like absolutely normal milk.
Okay, well, I don't know why they're not like getting more in depth, but like you can look it up. Like yeah, here we go. Scientists breed goats that produce spider silk. So that's another video. But I'm gonna keep on going. But if anybody wants to look that up, you can look that up. Mysterious sonic boom rattles South Carolina counties. Experts say that a suspected earthquake that rattled portions of South Carolina was actually a sonic boom of unknown origins. The U.S. Geological Survey confirmed the incident just before 5:30 p.m. Thursday was not an earthquake, but a sonic boom, estimated to have originated in the St. Andrews area before traveling across multiple counties, including the Columbia area and the Midlands. The Geological Survey said its equipment is not calibrated to measure sonic booms, so the event was given a rating of 0.0. So there's, once again, like we've spoken about these mystery booms, and people thinking it's skyquakes, people thinking it's like, like the system digging deep underground and somehow reverberating off of the atmosphere. I don't know. I'm no scientician. All I know is that this stuff is happening almost on a daily basis worldwide.
Well, a sonic boom, correct, is something.
No, they think it's a sonic boom. This is just
the sound
barrier. But they think, a sonic boom would explain a mystery boom. Right now, they don't know the source.
Okay.
If it's a sonic boom,
It has to come from somewhere.
Well, then
something moving.
Then who outside of the military has the equipment to do that? And why is the military not saying, "Oh yeah, that was us"?
Yeah.
So that just tells me, okay, well, if they're not saying anything, what was it? They're speculating it's a sonic boom.
Right.
So right now, it's still, what is it?
Okay.
It could be, like somebody would say, oh, like, maybe it's a meteor, coming in, because that has happened as well. Meteors and or whatever have come in and created a sonic boom as they're breaking up in the atmosphere. Why is NASA not saying anything? So it's not a sonic boom. It's just a mystery boom until we figure out what it was and what caused it. So
It also, I think, could be like, I don't know how it's called, like from the International Space Station, like some debris that got thrown into the atmosphere.
oh, space junk coming back in, re-entering.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, that's kind of the same thing as like the asteroid thing I was talking about. But once again, if that is, why is NASA not saying anything?
I don't think they maybe detect that stuff because
They do.
they think
They do.
it's made that it burns in the atmosphere. They think it will burn, but sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah,
Like they already
that's the exact
working
reason
True.
why they track everything, because even if they're certain that it's going to burn up 100%, they don't know. So they do track everything coming back in.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah, they do. Actually, have you seen a map of the space junk in the atmosphere, or not atmosphere in
Oh,
orbit?
that's terrible.
I think it's a lot.
Yeah. it
Yes.
is a lot.
I don't want AI. I want this. Here we go. This. Every dot you see. Hold on a second. That's not a good one. Here we go. Oh no, this one's good. Here. Every dot you see are like satellites, space junk, debris, God knows what up there. Have you ever seen the movie WALL-E?
Yes.
You remember the intro when like the Earth is just surrounded by just that wall of crap?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like right now.
Oh.
Legitimately. Like, it's terrifying.
Not good.
More from UBI here. Man balances running chainsaw on his chin for over 4 minutes. Running chainsaw.
Good Lord.
Which, by the way, a little bit of trivia before we continue on, talking about David Rush here. Do you know what the chainsaw was invented for?
Not balancing on your nose, I know that.
Chin.
Or your chin, yeah.
What about you, Creative? Do you know what the chainsaw was invented for?
I have the feeling it was for some military reason.
No.
God, I thought it was for cutting down trees and things.
No. Why was chainsaw invented? I'm just gonna look this up. Let's see here. Yeah. Why was chainsaws were originally invented in the late 18th century as a medical tool to assist with childbirth procedures. Specifically a brutal surgery called symphysis. So it wasn't motored, but it was a hand crank thing. But it was designed to cut through the pelvis before they invented cesarean section.
Wow.
So you're coming out. Yeah.
Wow.
Like like right here. Like this is the original chainsaw. So
Oh,
like
God.
it's like like it was to they would get stuck in the pelvis. Parts of bone and cartilage were removed to create more space for the baby. So it's just hey, we're getting that child out, So yeah. An Idaho man broke a potentially deadly Guinness World Record when he has pledged to never attempt again the longest duration balancing a running chainsaw on the chin. David Rush, who holds the most concurrent Guinness World Records titles, attempted the record at his oldest son's last soccer practice of the season in May of 2025, and the record-keeping organization has now confirmed he officially holds the title. So let's
This is one of the most dangerous records I've ever
now it's
broken.
running,
I was
but is it
balancing a running
idling or
chainsaw
is the
on my
blade
chin
going?
at my
Is my
son's
question.
soccer practice, and you could see it on the parents' faces. Like, is he really going to do that? And is this a bad idea? So here's what happened. I've broken a lot of records, but this one, it took me years of preparation even to try, because with this one, there's no room for error. To qualify, the chainsaw has to cut wood first and then stay running, blade spinning the entire time, right above my face.
Oh my
Here's the
God!
couple makes to keep it running.
Blade
you have to-
spinning! So this motherfucker had a chainsaw on his chin, blade spinning for 4 minutes. Bro, you cannot hush the rush, man.
And you wonder why he doesn't have one ear.
Well, maybe he doesn't. Maybe they're both gone. But man, dude, like, wow. Like, I was already a fan of his, but now I respect him as a man, because that's That's idiotic, but it's very brave too.
It's nuts.
Yeah. Well, one wrong move and it won't be nuts anymore, will it? You know. What else we got here? World's largest golf ball pyramid constructed on Texas course. A trio of golf fans paid tribute to their game of choice in Tejas by assembling the world's largest golf ball pyramid from 19,019 balls. Michael Ferris, Debbie Reynolds, and Terry Janek had led a team of volunteers in the golf ball pyramid construction at Benbrook Lake as part of the 2025 Benbrook Heritage Fest in September. The finished structure was comprised of 19,019 balls, beating the record of 17,575, which was set in Pennsylvania man Zachary Krivida in 2022. Let's check this out. A lot of golf balls here. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm wondering if they're choosing yellow and blue intentionally for Ukraine and then red, white, and blue at the top for U.S. So I'm wondering, what dictated the ball color, decision and all that stuff. What else do we got? Wisconsin driver moves barrier and drives pickup into wet concrete. How could... So this guy, this is premeditated retardation here. He moved a road closed barrier and continued on their way, only to get their pickup stuck in freshly poured concrete. So he moved the fucking sign, and he kept. Dude, this guy should be lined up against a wall and shot for this level of stupid. He should not be allowed the right to vote. He should not be allowed the right to have kids. I'm not kidding. This guy is dangerously dumb. Cemented their inability to adhere to signs by moving the barrier to the side and driving on the wet concrete at the interchange of Interstates 41, 894, US 45, and National Avenue.
Back here in the U.S., video
Absolute
from the Wisconsin
idiots.
Department of Transportation. Yeah, that's a pickup stuck in some wet concrete on an interstate ramp. Transportation officials say the driver physically removed a road closed barrier before driving into freshly poured.
This guy should be euthanized, seriously. I'm not even playing games anymore. He needs to go. Fiddler crabs emerge for annual dance in Japan. And let's just watch this video here.
ハサミを上げたり下げたり、まるでダンスを踊っているように見えるのは、甲羅が1センチほどの小さなカニ、チゴガニのオスです。新宮市の宮崎
So I
海
wonder,
岸
if it's some mating ritual or something. That looked pretty
毎
cool.
年
They're all,
この時期になる
dancing.
と潮が引いた干潟の座この動作はメスを呼ぶためや
So I
威
guess this is
嚇
a
の
real
ため
life
など
crab
と言われ
rape.
ていますが詳しい理由は分かっていないということです夏
Have you ever seen the crab rave?
No.
I'll just show you. It's a cool song, Crab Rave.
Oh, it's a song.
Well, it's a song, music video type thing. So it's basically all these crabs, they form a rave, and they start dancing. If it's gonna play, if it loads, come on. There we go. Yeah, so it's a real life crab rave, and I'm gonna add this in the underbrush. Crab rave. That'll be after the live stream. Moving on up, what else do we got here? $20 lottery win leads Michigan man to $2 million jackpot. Where's that left for us? 45-year-old Kent County man told Michigan lottery officials he recently bought a $2 scratch-off ticket from Clyde Park Fuel in Grand Rapids. Quote, every once in a while I'll buy a $2 ticket, but I typically don't play the $20 games, he said. He stopped to get gas, so he grabbed a $2 blackjack ticket while he was cashing out and scratched it while his gas was pumping. He won $20, so he went back inside to cash it. Debated using his winnings on two $10 tickets, but the $2 million bonus scratch multiplier ticket caught his eye. So that's what he got. He scratched a ticket when he got his car and went into shock when he saw how much he won. He didn't think he was going to fully hit, but he got the $2 million win. So
Nice.
yeah. So when you get a gut feeling, when your instincts start telling you something, do it. You never know when luck's going to be a lady tonight. So, well, another article here: Massachusetts police seek owner of giant creepy puppet.
Oh, jeez.
Yikes! That thing is terrifying. Police.
It's just a puppet.
That's just a well, I hope it's just a puppet. Yeah. Police in Massachusetts are trying to find the owner of a large, creepy puppet recently turned over to the station. Oh, wonderful. The Stoneham Police Department shared a photo of a massive marionette with red hair, no eyes, and a clown costume. Oh, no eyes. Wonderful. Quote, we are attempting to locate the owner of this puppet that was turned into the station. If this belongs to you or if you recognize it from your nightmares, please contact us to arrange pickup. End quote. Mr. Officer, man, I think there's a reason why it showed up mysteriously at your station, because somebody else was trying to get rid of it, and now you're trying to find the owner. I don't think you're going to. You know?
Creep somebody out.
Yeah, so either burn it, call an exorcist, just launch it to the sun, but, you know, it's yours. You ain't getting rid of it, you know, unless, you know, you do it yourself. But nobody's coming to claim it, tell you that much. And last but not least, Indian man earns world record for a collection of 858 paper cups.
What? There's a world record for that?
There's a world record for everything, dude. And I see a KFC one back here. There's a K.
No,
Yeah,
really?
yeah, no, it's a K right there.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you know, so. Sunil Joseph, at the age of 57, told Guinness World Records his collecting habit started with stamps, coins, and matchbook stickers when he was a young boy. He earned his first Guinness World Record for his collection of 5,986 phone cards in 2014. His latest challenge earned him the world record for the largest collection of paper cups. He said his 858 cups come from 31 different countries. And you say I collect random shit, you know? You see, if I stop listening to you,
match.
no, it's not about a match, okay? If I stop listening to you, he won't be a match. I will be in the book on multiple categories. I'll become the next David Rush, okay? But because you keep getting me to throw shit away, I'll never achieve that dream. So. But that shall conclude the show. You know, once again, please check the under our description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. For your dose of odd, unusual, strange, you know, notable events, weather, and sports, we stream every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 Mountain, 5 Central, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What time is it in Europe?
It's midnight.
Okay, so 12 o'clock a.m., I guess, for people out in Europe and all that stuff is when the show. Yeah, there is. Well, no, there's not. There's just like one or two. So, anyway, we do have other shows. We have a history show coming up in about an hour and 23 minutes here and all that stuff. For all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
Golden Loon.
Creative.
And creative.
There you go. And UVRU, until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. Rate 5 thumbs and subscribe. Toodles!